What is the biggest lie you tell yourself? It's the same one almost everyone does, isn't it? That you believe your story. The story that you've created about your life, you believe that's who you are. It's a story that you really didn't create. All of the thoughts of your mom and dad were implanted in you. Whatever they said they said you were a good boy or a good girl, you bought into that. You created a story about being good. You created a story about being bad. And from your story that you create about yourself, you create a story about everyone else you meet, all based on some filters, some ideas that you were given and you never really consciously chose. And because of that story that you've told yourself, you're living it every single day, and you don't realize that your story is limiting you. One of the greatest benefits of meditation is to stop and come out of the mind and the body and stop telling yourself this story that you're not enough. How are you not enough without judging yourself? Because you would be enough if you didn't judge. And just a question, does love judge? So if you say you love yourself, you're willing to let go of your story and open up to a more expanded version of you. Because you can experience whatever you choose. The direction of your thought takes you in that direction in your life. So it's real important to consciously choose or create habits of thinking that you've consciously chosen, so that the vibration that you speak into the world, think into the world, feel into the world, act into the world, takes you toward the highest expression of love that you can imagine for yourself. And then tomorrow, you let it go and you start all over again, realizing that today, throughout this day, you're creating a story about yourself. And when you create a story about yourself, you limit yourself. So every day is an opportunity to create a new story, a more expanded story. So it's Lee Wallach day one. Then it's Lee Wallach day two. But I'm going to let go as much as I can of day one, creating day two, because the stuff in day one will keep me locked into day one. I don't want to stay there. I like a newness of life. I like to be able to experience all this beautiful life, this body that we have that has sensations, that allows us to feel, to sense, and to know the beauty of living in a world of dualism. Because without dualism, we could not experience life. There must be a hot and a cold, a good and a bad, a sad and a happy. Otherwise, there'd be no experience at all. You'd just be an observer. You'd just be like the divine. But I believe you have a body and have a mind to experience life. Not just to blindly experience life, but to consciously create your experience through using your mind to focus. If you think about this, realize, let's just take a simple thing like religion. Why are people in the United States Christian? Because they were born in a nation that teaches Christianity. Why are the people born into a Jewish family Jewish? They're born into Judaism. Why are people generally in India Hindu? Pakistan, Islamic. Iraq, Islamic. Why? It's where they were born. It was nothing to do with choice, but they're living out that story. Question you got to ask, is that story serving you? I don't care what your story is. That's your business. No one else's business. It's your story. But the question you ask is it a story you want? And have you consciously chosen it? Or maybe it's pretty good, your story. Do you want to modify it a little bit? Have more? You see, you're the author. You got a whole new page today in your book, and it's blank. And you get to write on it whatever you choose. And whatever you write on it will become your life today. It'll become March 8th, 2024, in the life of you. What's going to be on your page? You choose. because in truth, only you can. Have a great day, everyone, and much love.